All right, welcome to episode 27 of the Kiss Army Things podcast. This week, it's all about the music, starting off with Donington, Off the Soundboard, 1996. You're with Xander.
And Jeb.
Jeb, can you believe it? We actually have the Off the Soundboard
I can
while we're
believe
doing
it.
our review. This is the first time it's happened.
First time we had the vinyl on the show of the review, that's correct.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously that means that Kiss Online has at least somewhat gotten their crap together. We had the first two, they didn't get here for a while, and then this one actually shipped 2 days before release date, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yes.
But it's obviously nice to have this, so we're going to talk about Donington Off the Soundboard. Mm-hmm. We have a few other things to talk about as well, but of course this will be what we start out with. Is it fair to say that the Kiss Spotlight's going to be pretty easy this week?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Yeah, because
I think we're on the same page.
Obviously, we've both been jamming Donington Off the Soundboard ever since it came out. So it only seems fitting that would be the Kiss Spotlight this week. And I actually went ahead and cracked the seal before we started filming, but if you want, we can just take a look at this.
Alrighty.
Because I did decide to not get the red LP.
Oh.
And then I caved and decided I was going to get the limited edition Kiss Online exclusive.
I was going to say,
LP.
I thought you had bought the limited edition. So this is the one from the Kiss Online. This is not the Amazon release. This is the exclusive.
With all the issues that Kiss Online has been having, I decided not to. But then when I heard that they were trying to change some things around, I decided, well,
the new shipping.
Maybe I will.
Oh wow, that's different than what I thought it was going to look like.
Yeah. So here's the red.
Where's the? It's more of a
magenta. It's more of a deep red. Yeah, I thought it'd be a brighter red.
I like the way it looks.
But then again, the lighting in here at the moment is kind of dim.
Dim, but it looks more of a, almost like a pink, purple, magenta, violet.
There you go. There's more of a, it is more of a deep red.
Yes, burgundy.
Anyway.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, the reason why I decided to get it is because I'm wondering if they're going to do the Kiss colors, because red, maybe next will be green, then blue, then purple, or
maybe,
I don't know. The first one was the marble swirl, and then the second one was it green?
Oh, they already did.
Was it green? Okay, so this is red. So maybe next will be the purple, and so on and so forth. But anyway,
I wonder if they put that much thought into it.
We will see.
It seems random so far, but let's see the packaging. It's staying in uniform with the rest of them. Nothing too
crazy exciting about that. But it was just really cool to actually, before the record came in, I was able to go into a record store and buy the CD and preview it there. So I guess we'll start off with talking about the music and talking about the album and the reception. So do you want to start? I like how we're at the very beginning of the episode and you're already like over halfway done with 3 Moneybag Soda.
I might have to burn through 2 of these today. I'm thirsty.
And mine's not even open. I need to catch up. So, so Donington comes out, 96. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so starting with the 2 singles, which we kind of covered before, I was very pleased.
Okay.
Now, obviously, my main... I was very excited about this, I should say that first. But my one hesitation was probably the drumming, which obviously, as we know, during that time, they had a lot of issues, just band member conflict and whatever. Yeah. But when hearing the album all the way through, I am like surprisingly pleased with the way every member played. Mm-hmm. And that, it didn't shock me, but I felt a sense of relief. I was like, okay, now I know this is going to be another one that I can actually revisit over and over and over again and not have to wait for that one moment where there's a screw up here or there. Yeah. Kind of like, the last Off the Soundboard, as we know, sound quality wise, and I don't think that was the right show to pick. Right. And so, all in all, this is actually my favorite Off the Soundboard so far out of the 3.
Really?
I must say. And I think it's in part because of the set list. There's something about a just front to back 70s Kiss set list that really works. I mean, as much as I like all the variety of, the 70s, 80s, and beyond, because the other 2 Off the Soundboards, that's, a part of what those brought to the table. And so this one, I think, proved to me that I really don't need a super interesting or diverse set list as long as the songs are good. And every single song on here is absolute classic Kiss with the original 4. And it is just excellent to me. And there are a couple, standout songs, like Watching You is one of them. One that's absolute classic Kiss. They played it really well. they actually played Strutter, which is huge for me.
Yep.
I'll say, if you know anything, if you watched our setlist video, Strutter was one of my main ones that I harped on. Was like, I need Strutter in the setlist. So getting it off the soundboard with Strutter in the setlist with the original 4 again is absolutely phenomenal to me. But I love it. I think it's just such a good listen to front to back again, just because the set list is just one after another. It's almost too self-indulgent to not like. It's like having dessert or something before you even eat dinner. It sounds kind of stupid, but it's literally just like getting all of your Kiss classic 70s needs all in one place.
Absolutely.
Except it's from '96, which is cool. Obviously they were fresh into the reunion tour, and so perhaps it hadn't gotten to that point yet to where things started to slow down and certain band members weren't performing as well. But this show, I think all 4 did excellent.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my general thoughts just to start out with, and I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
I agree with you on several points. I definitely thought that this was a step up from Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I think that tour, Rock the Nation, was the right direction to go.
Yeah.
Diverse set list, the very strong lineup, the current lineup, but just for whatever reason, the quality of the recording wasn't that great. And then I think it was the third show that Kiss had played consecutive, like the third show in a row, and you could tell by the way Paul's vocals were starting to he needed some rest there, and so why that show, I don't know.
That show, exactly.
But yeah, so even though I love the current lineup and I love that tour, this one definitely was a step up.
For sure.
So I'm enjoying listening to this. I've been listening to it ever since it came out. It hasn't left my CD player.
Same, in my car. That's where it's been.
Yeah,
nonstop.
Same here. And so I'm going to have to start listening to the vinyl now. But as far as the CD goes, I thought that it was a much bigger step up from Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
For me, my standout tracks, you mentioned Watching You. Watching You was a standout track for me, and Shock Me.
Shock Me is
which
fantastic.
I didn't anticipate that. I just remember I was listening to the album, and then Shock Me came on, and I was like, this is one of the best versions of Shock Me I've ever heard. Why? I don't know. It just was.
And
Watching You.
His guitar solo after is really cool, too.
Yes, absolutely. And Watching You, I know that they played, because with Kissology Volume 3, one of the bonus discs that it came with was their show from the Garden. Okay. And when they played Watching You during that show, it was atrocious.
It was bad.
There was some timing issues, and it was just very slow. And like you said, where you're just kind of like waiting for that moment and like, ugh.
It's coming.
And I was wondering about this too. When Watching You came on, I was like waiting.
Yeah.
But next thing I knew, I'm just lost in it.
Now that show from the Garden, was that from '96? Was that from the farewell tour or
the reunion tour?
Okay,
yeah,
so
the reunion tour. So it was actually, I think, a month or two. So the Garden show was July 27th.
Okay, so
this was August 17th. So this is next month.
I was gonna say that, and that's really what we're both referring to when we say we're kind of hesitant, because everything after the reunion tour with the original lineup was just a hit or miss. Yeah, because you had shows like this, which were a hit. Some shows and some moments like that were
in the Garden, and then
Tiger Stadium.
Even Tiger Stadium, which is like one of the most beloved Kiss shows. It's far from perfect.
But then you go from there to 2000, New Jersey, that show, The Last Kiss, absolutely phenomenal. That's like our ultimate Kiss show.
Yeah, that's my favorite Kiss show.
That's kind of the mindset that I was going into this, going, okay,
it's either going to be
the
this,
singles were good,
or it's going to be this.
I would say I'm glad we got 2 singles that got my hopes up. But it totally followed through, and Peter really played really well.
I will say, Judas was a little rough. The opening, opening for me was, but then again, you can't expect it to be live 3, and it doesn't need to be.
It's not touched up. It's
a
live show.
But you could tell that all 4 of them were just bringing, they were bringing their A game. I think it was because it was a festival. I know bands like I know Ozzy and Sepultura were other bands on the bill that night, and of course, Kiss.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So this was Donington Festival. They actually Kiss played the same festival on the same day that this came out. They were playing Donington on June 10th, the same day.
The day this was released.
That this Donington show was released. I don't think that was that wasn't planned. It's just that Donington takes place the same
strange coincidence.
So same time every year. But so with bands like Ozzy and Sepultura, who heavy groups, and classic.
But
classic
the crowd
artists.
Was
you have to be on top. And Kiss was headlining, so Kiss was the last one to go on. So you've seen Ozzy, you've seen Sepultura, you've seen a whole day's worth of bands. It's the last day. You're tired, and okay, this better be good. Well, Kiss is thinking, hey, we better deliver. And I think that they did. The crowd was into it. There was 50,500 people there.
Yeah. It's a big show.
And you can hear him coming through. The crowd wasn't really that loud on the last two. You really couldn't hear him coming through.
I was going to mention that.
And I'm not sure if they maybe had a mic on the crowd, if they piped in some audio, or if it's because it was a 50,000 as opposed to a 10 or 20 or whatever.
There is a significant difference. And, well, the sound quality in every way was improved on this one. And I don't know what... how that happens. I mean, I know it's all soundboard quality. Some's going to be better than others, but even like the drums.
Yeah.
Take the drums from the Virginia Beach, and it just didn't sound big at all. Now, Peter's drums on this, he was notorious for not hitting the drums very hard.
No, it's all triggers.
Sound,
yeah, it's all triggers.
But it sounds great.
But it sounds great. It does.
And yeah, I was going to say, so I think that was a part of it. It sounded almost kind of awkward on Virginia Beach with how kind of thin it sounded, the drums, and the crowd was barely there, and Paul's vocals weren't great. This one,
Tommy's guitar was insane though.
I was like, this one could almost pass as like an official live record. I mean, typically they amp up the crowd a little bit, but this didn't sound like it really needed it. And the crowd was just
this one, fire. I mean, the mix wasn't perfect at all. Ace's guitar was way too low.
It was low, yeah. Gene's bass
was brought up,
which I love.
I love that. And I think this off the soundboard hits the mark for what all fans are wanting. Nobody is expecting a perfect mix with these off the soundboards.
Right.
We know that this is an official live bootleg series, so we're going to get all the imperfections and this and that.
Yeah.
But you still want it to be listenable. And Virginia Beach probably is
apart
compared
from
to
a couple songs, I don't know how much I'll revisit.
It's not going to be the one that's going to be revisited the most, which is unfortunate because, again, that tour was great. Those set lists were awesome.
Fantastic.
But it was just that show, that source, that audio.
Yeah.
With this one, though, it's like, Ace's guitar is low, Gene's bass is high, but I don't need it to be even or anything. I just want it to be good and listenable. And this one, I think, from what I'm hearing from a lot of fans, by the way, leave us your comments and tell us what you think about Donington. Absolutely. But to me, it sounds like this one was definitely a step up. It was a step in the right direction.
Oh, absolutely.
So is there any other things you had to talk about Donington? What were some of you talked about Strutter and some of your favorite songs? Was there anything else that stood out to you?
Well, this just popped into my head, but I think it's strange that they didn't play Beth. I mean, this is the reunion tour. I mean, Peter is fresh, and you'd think... I mean, obviously they did it on the farewell tour, so they kind of made up for it, but I just thought that was a kind of a strange thing. That's not to do with this specific release, that's just to do with whatever tour management they had.
Right. So, not to interrupt you, but just to answer your question, because you actually are onto something. So, Beth was played on this tour.
On the tour, okay.
At other shows.
Okay.
Not this one. There were actually 3 songs dropped from this set list.
Really?
Rock Bottom, New York Groove, and Beth did not make it to this show. If you remember on Tiger Stadium, they did play. I know Rock Bottom was played.
And New York Groove, I believe, was played.
I know New York Groove was played at the Brooklyn Bridge, so it was definitely being played at that era. But for this show specifically, those 3 songs were dropped.
Do you think it was this show, or do you think they cut it out of the set list? Because surely if they played it, they would have included it. Because those, I mean, I would kill to hear Rock Bottom. Those 2 songs, Rock Bottom and New York Groove, would have taken this to a whole other level in my
Absolutely. And I don't know if it was because of time constraints. I don't know if it was because, maybe those 2 songs aren't as popular as, say, Cold Gin or Shock Me. Let's take out Beth because it's not a rocker. We don't want to interrupt the flow and the energy. I mean, who knows what the reasoning was, but yeah, I did notice that compared to some of the other sets on this tour.
It was a festival too. Maybe they probably don't want to play Beth at a festival.
You don't want to play
next to Ozzy and
Sepultura. Yeah, I mean, you have only so much time. You want to bring the heat. You're the last act.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like front to back, it just doesn't stop. It doesn't slow down.
No,
there's no downtime on this. And it's just absolutely killer for that reason. It's just like. And it's just all 70s Kiss. Yeah. Again, like, and maybe I would say the same if it were all 80s Kiss, just because as long as all the songs are good, but it really doesn't need to be taken from here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't even know Firehouse was another awesome classic Kiss song.
Firehouse and Dr. Love. I think for some reason Dr. Love, for me, has always been, I always liked the way the original lineup played it.
Yeah, okay.
You know, versus maybe the current lineup, which is kind of odd.
Sure.
But I think
that's how I feel.
Dr. Love is just a song that has always been played well by the original four.
Well, I think Ace killed it on Let Me Go Rock and Roll.
Yep.
Which is one, you know, I'm trying to compare it to the current style, and there's a huge crossover, obviously, because it's, I mean, they're on their actual farewell tour now. Yeah, no, I mean, it's some of my absolute favorite, you know, 70s Kiss songs. Strutter, 100,000 Years, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, you know, Watching You, and yeah, Shock Me was huge. But so, you know, overall, it's really simple. It's really easy to listen to, and that's what I like about it. It's just, you know, if you throw this on, you're just going to enjoy it because of the songs and the performances.
Absolutely.
Just straight through, very, very consistent, and I was very pleased with it. And so I think just for that reason alone, it's a little bit above. I'm not going to say it's better than the first one they did from, was it 2000?
The Tokyo one from 01?
Yeah, from 01. I kept wanting to say 03, but no, I think this one just sounds a little better too.
Yeah.
Sounds a little better.
I don't know why, but I still think the Tokyo show for me is still my favorite of the three.
Okay.
Maybe it is Eric Singer, because I mean, it's the same thing, except you have Eric Singer on drums and a few other songs in the set.
Right, a few more oddball, you know,
different
eras.
But either way, I mean, I'm still proud of this one. I love this one. This one's definitely going to be one that's going to be revisited a lot. Firehouse, great. Okay, go ahead. What's up?
Yeah, because what I try to do in my head is try to compare it to something else that we already have.
Okay.
It's something similar. How do you think this compares to the Millennium Show? Because I feel like that might be the closest thing as far as the original lineup and official actual release. To me, I actually might prefer this to the Millennium Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was never a huge fan of the Millennium Show apart from Paul's vocals, because Peter absolutely just kind of killed it for me. His drum was so slow.
Not killed it in a good way.
Yeah, no, not a good way.
Yeah, okay.
Just too. By that point, he was just too slow.
Well, I mean, I think that would be my answer to your question. You asked me, you know, how does this compare? I mean, I think this one is definitely better because you can feel the energy in this show versus the energy in that show. I mean, obviously by 2000, the original four were not happy.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it was there off stage, it was there on stage, you could tell. There's a reason why the farewell tour happened, there's a reason why Kiss wanted to quit, there's a reason why Peter and Ace are not involved.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, the Millennium Show, you can kind of see that coming through. With this, I mean, there's still enough energy and enough newness to...
It's fresh enough.
That hasn't set in yet. And it was actually kind of funny to me. I don't know what song it was, but at one point Paul said, the four of us or whatever, we're having so much fun doing this.
We don't know when
we don't know when it's ever going to end. And I'm like, well, I don't know if he's just saying that. Yeah, I was going to say 4 years good. Yeah, but I don't know if he was just saying that just to, keep the hype.
I imagine he was.
To keep the hype, or if they were really thinking, hey, this could be the second, the second time's the charm, the second coming, but knowing what we know now, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, just, all that aside, I just think that this is a fantastic, fantastic release.
Yeah.
And I do think that it is better than the Millennium Show.
Yeah.
For those reasons.
Yeah.
But the next one already being talked about is the Next Off the Soundboard.
Yeah. Is it official?
We know that on Amazon you can find, it says Kiss Off the Soundboard live in Des Moines, Iowa. We don't know the year. People are suspecting 77, but there's been no official word on that.
I wonder where they would have gotten that from.
Well, I think people are looking back at their, history books or history books and saying, when has Kiss played Des Moines?
Yeah.
And, playing it like that, which, I mean, that's fine. But yeah, there's no official word yet, but we'll see. I just think it's so funny how Kiss fans, as soon as they upload it, we're already on it. We're already speculating, already wondering. But now here's where I'm at with it, because that one is going to come out in September, which means in September we're going to be right back here doing another Off the Soundboard review. This is the third one we've done on this podcast. Our very first episode was talking about the anticipation of the first one.
Yeah.
And since then, we've done the Tokyo, we've done Virginia Beach, now we're here doing Donington.
Absolutely.
We're going to have Des Moines in September, probably another one in spring.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering, how many of these are they going to do?
That's a good point.
Is there a set number, a set limit? Is it going to go forever? Because, I mean, it technically could go forever.
It could.
Release any show
If they wanted to.
with any lineup from any tour supporting any album, and Kiss fans are going to buy it.
Yeah.
The problem is that even though Kiss fans will tell you different, we're going to run out of money, and we're going to run out of space.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting here thinking, these are thick boys, these records, man. I mean,
those albums are big.
I mean, they are, not thin. And
it's like its own tiny little box set.
Yeah, and when you have 3 of them, mine, you can look over here at my record bin.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty thick. These records are costing about $70-$80.
Right.
These CDs are $20, so it's like, how much, theoretically speaking, how much money are Kiss fans going to spend on this stuff?
Right.
I mean, obviously, me, I was kind of debating on whether I'm going to do this, whether I'm going to do that. And I feel like Kiss fans are often compelled to buy everything.
Definitely.
Because my thinking was, well, I bought the first 2 limited edition Kiss Online.
It
would feel weird to not get this one just because I'm mad at shipping.
Yeah.
When I know in the future I may come back and get the other one. So if I have all of the limited edition ones except for one, I'm going to feel really stupid.
Yeah.
But then again, why would I unless I make myself feel stupid?
Exactly.
Who am I trying to impress? Nobody? I don't know.
That's what they're trying. That's what anyone tries to do. That's why colored vinyl exists.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only reason.
And it's funny when you start kind of like trying to break your own fourth wall or trying to break down the consumer psychology around it. And it's like, why?
That's something Kiss fans have to come to terms with more than any other fan.
Well, and with this podcast, we're okay with, because we're mostly poking fun at ourselves about this, because I'm just thinking, like, how much money am I going to actually shell out for these off the soundboards? Because when I started, I was like, I got with the Tokyo one, I got the CD, the limited edition vinyl, I got the trading cards.
Yeah.
I think I got a second CD, just, I don't know why. And then I got, I didn't do the trading cards on the second one.
Right.
And I didn't do the trading cards on this one either. So it's like less and less every time.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering if eventually I'm just going to buy the CD. Maybe there's going to be one where I'm like, you know what? I don't need to buy it. I'll just listen to it on Spotify whenever I want.
And that's absolutely up to you.
Because there are probably fans out there going, why are you wasting all your money? It's on Spotify for free.
Well,
which I get that, but at the same time, and I still want to own it and all that. But
that's why I'm buying. I mean, I listen to most of the music. I sold all my CDs a while ago, and yet I've bought and I will continue to buy new music, on CD and on vinyl. But a lot of the old CDs I had, I just, like it's like when Jack White just put out his latest album, I bought the CD and the vinyl. Later on down the road, who knows if I still have it, but I will continue to, because I haven't bought any of the vinyl. I've just been buying the CDs.
Right.
And that for me is just enough for the car or something. But I make it a point to buy a physical copy, just to vote with my dollar, as they say, and say I would like more of this.
Physical copy of the vinyl or the CD?
The CD.
The CD. Okay.
Yeah, I've just been buying the CDs, so I've got all 3 so far, and that's my way of contributing, because it doesn't take up a lot of space, and and it is but I do want to support it, and this one in particular kind of got me back into the excitement of it, because I was after the slight disappointment of the last one, I'm kind of thinking, okay, I hope they're not going to continue in this direction. I hope the next one doesn't sound like this one. And so this one's kind of got me like, okay, now I can see why I was excited about why they were doing this in the first place.
It's
because it is a great idea, and I think this is exactly what Kiss should be doing. But to your point, I had only imagined them doing like maybe one a year. One every 2 years, because this is the most Kiss we've gotten in a long time.
They're cranking them out.
Yeah, so between these, the Destroyer box set, and potentially the Creatures box set, maybe.
Yep.
We're getting a lot.
Which is
exciting.
We're getting a lot, but also means we're spending a lot. And so, and with, honestly, with Dubai still being not released, I wonder how much Kiss fans are going to want to, because, with things like Dubai and some of the recent Kiss Online.
Oof. Yeah, that was just bad luck all
people are kind of starting to withhold.
Which makes sense. I don't blame them even.
But it just, I don't know, there's a lot of questions there. I just thought it was interesting. I was thinking about it one day, like, man, I've spent, like 60, 70, $80 on each one of these records and these CDs. And I'm like, well, can they just go forever? They could, but like at a certain point, when are we going to be like, okay, I have 28 versions of Lick It Up. I have 100 versions of Rock and Roll Night.
Right.
But it's funny because, again, Kiss fans will listen to the same version of the same song. And,
we've already been doing that.
And not care.
For this whole time.
Yeah.
And now we're just getting more.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love it because, again, I think this is exactly, if they're not going to release any new original music, this is exactly what they should be doing.
Yeah.
They have to give us something. And I'm glad it's music.
Yeah.
So...
For sure. Well, I mean, do you have any other thoughts on Donington off the soundboard?
No, I think they chose a good show. Very much looking to whatever they're doing next. Whatever, if it's Des Moines, 2000. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
I am excited though. I want to hear it.
I know
will
that
be buying in September.
So this was recorded August 17th, 96, and so earlier that day, they were actually in Germany. And they received a Lifetime Achievement Award from Viva TV. And 2 days before that, I believe, or a few days before that, they were in Indianapolis at Market Square Arena, where our parents saw them.
Wow, that's fascinating.
How cool is that?
That is wild.
And we also, for this episode, we decided to wear some of our late 90s, 2000.
So you got a Donington era shirt. This is the
reunion
farewell
era
tour.
We thought we would break out some of the old vintage Kiss shirts.
Yeah.
But, because again, it's all about the music on this episode, and so we actually will move on now, because you mentioned the Millennium Concert.
Yes.
It's kind of funny that you mentioned the Millennium Concert, because I actually just got my copy on vinyl.
On vinyl? Wow. Okay.
Which is one of the only albums that I don't have in my Kiss vinyl collection. Yes. And, of course, this did not even get a release...
And whenever originally...
a vinyl release until the
box
the 2014 reissue. And it wasn't even released, on CD until the Alive box set. Because this was supposed to be a live
I was talking about the vinyl box set. I thought they didn't release it until that big vinyl box set with everything in it. Remember that?
Yeah.
But that was the same thing as I think that was the same time as the 2014 re-releases, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And this one, the copyright is 2014. There is no hype sticker for the 40th anniversary. But, I mean, so these... now are going for a lot of money, which
ridiculous.
It's kind of odd because, like we talked about, this isn't the most exciting Kiss Live record, but this was supposed to be Kiss Alive 4 back in the day, and it was shelved and then didn't get released until the Kiss Alive box set.
Right.
So I don't even think you can find this by itself unless it is this release.
Okay.
This vinyl release or a vinyl release. But,
very cool.
And of course, hindsight's always 20/20. I should have bought this and Kiss Alive 4 straight out of the gate when they released these. Yeah. Because by now, all the Kiss fans have figured out which ones are the most sought after and which ones are the most limited. And of course, Kiss Alive 4 and the Millennium Concert are on that list. But I think those are the only two that I do not have. Well,
I've only seen
I guess now they're the only one I don't have.
I was gonna say, I don't remember if I've ever seen that one. I may have seen that one in person, but Alive in the Symphony on vinyl is one that I've only seen on vinyl once or twice by people bringing it to the indie
Kiss Expos in 2012.
Yes, I remember.
2012, somebody had an original. That was before the 2014 one. So they had an original.
I remember someone bringing in an original, which I think they had already had it autographed by a couple of the members, and they were getting it signed by Tommy. Yeah. But I remember being like, oh my gosh, the Symphony was on vinyl? That's insane. Of course, now you'll never find it for a fair price.
Right, yeah, and of course, leave it to Kiss to include no artwork, no sleeves. Or, I mean, there's sleeves, but there are no artwork sleeves, no inner artwork, no pullouts.
No inner page, no lyric sheet, no nothing.
But anyway, maybe
that's really cool.
Yeah, go ahead. And I'll leave a link in the description to where you can find this, because I know that for other collectors too, this one's a hard one to find. The Millennium Concert.
If you don't mind saying, how much did you pay for
this one? I paid about $35.
That's fair.
Before taxes, before shipping.
I'm assuming? Yeah, yes. Double album, okay.
Yeah, and again, this is one that you can't even find for like $100, $200 anymore, which is ridiculous. I'm not paying.
This was the T42 design, the same guy who did the Destroyer box set.
Same guy who did Kiss Rocks Vegas.
Yes, and you can tell. I mean, you can tell that's him.
Yeah, that guy
is really cool.
I was just talking with my wife. I was like, this guy has done everything.
Oh yeah,
he has designed everything.
Did he do the original box set for the CDs?
Probably, yeah.
I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure he did the other box set.
Yeah.
So that guy is great.
This guy is what's his name?
I can't remember his name.
But he's been doing stuff for Kiss since for at least 20 years. He did a Kiss Alive 4, the packaging for Kiss Alive 4.
Yes, that's true. Very special thanks, Tommy Thayer.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I love seeing Tommy's name on all
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Say what you want, but this was a good set. They had 2,000 Man on here. That's one, like a really good Ace one.
Yep.
Psycho Circus.
They had I Let Loud, which is an 80s song, Lick It Up.
Into the Void. I forgot they played that on this.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that too.
Yeah, wow.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
But I'll leave a link in the description because I know there's a couple of different places. I think you can find this on Kiss Online now.
Oh, wow.
They have a
that.
record section on there, and you can find this. So if any other collectors out there are looking for this record, and this is one that you're missing, I'll leave a link for you in the description. Because I was talking with Rob from Rub Between the Eyes podcast. He was on a couple episodes ago.
Right.
He saw the same post I did, and we both
snagged him. Well, I will say some of these releases from the 2014 were so disappointing because I have one from. I have the Unplugged, and it's the same thing as this. It's a double record, but they're not gatefolds. They're just that's a huge vinyl pet peeve is when they just shove. And it's not just Kiss who does it, but they shove two records, two albums in one jacket, and there's no design on them. There's no because this deserves a gatefold.
Oh yeah,
Unplugged deserved a gatefold, but no, it's just two. It just seemed kind of like a lazy thing, but at least we have them on vinyl. I can't complain about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the thing with this is just trying to complete my collection.
Oh, sure.
I think at this point, besides this, I know, which I have now, I think Kiss Alive 4.
I have 3.
You need Alive 3?
You need do you have Alive 3 on vinyl?
Pretty sure I do.
I didn't think you did. Oh, shoot.
Kiss Alive 3, not only do I have it, but I'm pretty
sure. 2014 re-release?
This is
those
a 2014
go for
re-release.
a whole lot of money, too.
Yes.
The original white vinyl from the 90s.
Yeah, this I got at Barnes & Noble.
Oh, nice.
I paid $40 for this at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I think I need Kiss Alive 4 and, Kiss Unplugged.
I have Kiss Unplugged. You can find that on eBay. You probably find that on Amazon.
I still need Kiss Unplugged and the originals, technically, which is the 3.
I have the originals.
Which is, I have those 3 original albums, the first 3 albums.
The package.
But I don't have that.
What about the originals,
version.
too? Is that technically a bootleg?
I don't have that either. I don't know, honestly.
I can't remember if that was a bootleg or not.
But, so, let's keep it going with the music.
Yes.
Because
I found something really cool.
You gave me this. This is a sealed copy of Alive 2.
That's correct.
First pressing from 77.
I don't think it's a first pressing.
Oh, it's not?
It might not be. It might be. It might. I know it's a 77 copy. I don't know for sure if it's a first pressing.
Okay. It says 77. It says CRC press. So I'll have to do some digging on that.
So we can look up on the number on the spine.
We can look up the number on the spine. But anyway,
I
either way.
compare it to mine because I know mine's a first pressing.
For sure. Either way, a sealed pressing of...
Yeah. I was at
Kiss Alive 2 from 77 is pretty awesome.
That is really cool.
And so I really appreciate you digging this up for me because I do have a couple copies of Alive 2, but they're really beaten up.
Yeah.
I don't really even play them just because of that very reason. I don't think they even have any or all of the inserts. So
to have a sealed,
have a sealed copy with everything in it is pretty awesome. So thank you, bro. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I now have 3 sealed records
albums,
from the 1970s, so that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to unseal that. I think I'm going to keep it sealed.
Yeah.
I might, maybe at some point, resell it if somebody else wants it. It just blows my mind that there's still sealed records from the 70s.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Something that was manufactured and distributed and purchased in the 70s,
someone...
40 plus years ago, and was never, ever opened. That's why most of my Kiss CDs are still sealed. Because I had all the Kiss CDs, and then I traded them to you.
Yeah.
For your Kiss merch,
and
I had to rebuy all the CDs again, and just kept most of them
in the package.
In the package because I had them all digitized already. So what's the point? So my thinking is like, well, maybe in the future somebody will want my Kiss CDs to still be sealed, just like I had these sealed records, which are in pristine condition. Yeah. I'm not collecting for me; I'm collecting for somebody else. But
oh gosh, such a saint. No, I found that at a used bookstore in Kentucky. And they had this bin. They had a bunch of CDs there too. But there was this bin, and I thought about not even looking because I was like, oh, what's the point? I'm not gonna find anything. I was like, okay, I looked through. Okay, a sealed Genesis record. That's kind of cool. Sealed Steely Dan album. Okay, whatever. And then I saw Alive 2, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
That's crazy.
I've never seen it. Alive 2 is not one I see out in the wild too often, let alone with the inserts. But to find a sealed one was like,
yeah, no, absolutely
crazy.
It's crazy. And so the last thing I wanted to actually spotlight. This could be a Kiss spotlight part 2. But I wanted to spotlight this. This is Tommy Thayer and Jamie St. James' new EP called The Lost Tapes.
What?
So everybody knows that Jamie St. James and Tommy Thayer were in Black and Blue.
Black and Blue, baby. That's good stuff.
And they've been writing and recording, and they've been best friends for 4 decades. And so the two of them found and remixed and mastered these songs, these 5 songs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs that were almost lost to time.
Wow.
And released them.
That's awesome.
And I thought it was super, super cool. And they actually signed the CD. Those are not printed.
I was going to say, because it looked printed.
Those are actual autographs.
I love that classic
from Tommy.
photo.
And they have the fine point marker, which is great.
That is beautiful.
So I'm sure other fans, if you bought this, you should have already gotten yours in as well. But it was really cool to see Tommy and Jamie release this. They had actually they found and dug up these songs on analog tapes.
Okay.
But they were disintegrated beyond use. Oh, wow. And which is, pretty devastating, except they were able to find a DAT recording or a cassette tape recording of these songs.
Right.
And then was able to transfer them from there and mix them, master, and produce them.
That is super
and
cool.
release them. And that, to me, is just beyond mind-blowing. I mean,
awesome.
I barely even understand what I just said to begin with. But technology is just insane. The fact that humans created technology to record sound.
Yeah.
And then once we had new technology to record sound, you have to have technology to transfer, convert the recordings. And so I think...
Fascinating, yeah.
I think they were saying about how these were almost lost to time. Yeah, now thanks to a bit of digital polishing, these songs have come to life. We thought they should see the light of day, so...
That Black and Blue stuff's pretty good. I remember at one of the indie expos, I think you have it now, but I bought the Nasty Nasty album.
Yeah.
And I got it autographed by
I was
Tommy
getting
Thayer.
it signed by Tommy.
Yeah, so and Bruce Kulick did something similar to that, dug up some old stuff. This was a few years back. I can't remember what that was called, but it was some stuff from the 70s that he had done. It was really cool. So I'm all about that.
Yeah, I will, if anybody's interested in this, I'll try and leave a link for this as well. I'm not sure if I'm sure these are very limited copies, but I will leave a link in the description on where you can find The Lost Tapes by Thayer and St. James. Of course, they both have, well, of course Tommy does, but even Jamie has some Kiss ties. But anyway, so as far as Kiss news goes, Kiss touring, they're going to be in Europe until July 21st. Yep. So about another month or so. Yeah. And then
they're still playing big shows over there, man. They
are playing 30,000 huge shows.
Yeah, they said they just played a 30,000 seater. What was it, last night or the night before?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
We mentioned 50,500 at Donington 96. There was 60,000 at Donington 2022.
Which, how?
That's alarming.
Who else was on that bill?
60,000 people.
Because they had Ozzy
this year?
Then. Yeah, I was going to say, who else? Because I don't know. I didn't know anything about that show other than they played about 60,000 people, which is, I mean, obviously it's a festival, but still.
I tell you
Donington crowd was huge.
I will look it up and see.
Even that 30,000 seater show that they just did is huge.
Yeah, and then all the South American shows.
Oh my gosh. It's outside of the U.S., they kill it every time.
They do so well, and
the American audiences
we're just so whiny.
Well, it's a little. It gets to be a little oversaturated here, but
definitely,
it's still
yeah. We're definitely spoiled with what we have over here, but yeah, they draw some huge crowds over there. So on the same day that Kiss played, you have A Day to Remember, Skindred, Black Veil Brides, Bury Tomorrow, Theory of a Dead Man, Wayward Sons. I'm trying to look at some other bands that are more well known. Honestly, there really aren't very many.
Not like an Ozzy.
On Saturday, June 11th, Iron Maiden headlined.
Oh, I bet that was huge.
That was absolutely huge. You had Deftones, Shinedown, Black Label Society also on the bill that night.
That's pretty good.
Oh, you got Megadeth and Mastodon, Daughtry.
I didn't know Daughtry was still around.
But yeah, I mean, Sepultura, again.
Sepultura, really?
Yep, you got Sepultura, Napalm Death, Dying Fetus, so you got some heavy metal.
Yeah, there's some heavy stuff.
You got some heavy bands there.
Huh.
Korn, Volbeat. I love Volbeat.
I saw Volbeat. I got to see them live.
Did you really?
Never got to see Korn live. I love Korn.
Where'd you see Volbeat at?
I saw them. They played with Slipknot.
Did they? Oh, that's right. Motionless in White was that same show?
Motionless in White.
Volbeat. Bullet for My Valentine.
No, that was. I think there were 2 different shows. The first time I saw them, it was Motionless in White, Bullet for My Valentine, Lamb of God, and Slipknot. The second time I saw them,
that'd be awesome.
It was Volbeat and Slipknot. Yeah,
dude, Volbeat. I think Volbeat
their singer's great.
I think Volbeat is great. They got some good metal. So I mean, so on the 12th, you had Korn, Volbeat, Rise Against, Ailstorm, and Wargasm.
Oh, I never heard of
Wargasm went on at 11 a.m. Could you imagine 11
waking
a.m.
up to a wargasm?
Could you imagine? My goodness, they had Steel Panther.
Oh, cool.
Skillet.
Have you seen? I've seen Skillet live too.
I saw Skillet live. Yeah, we've seen Skillet. So yeah, I mean that's it's a good lineup.
But it's not like the night. They didn't really have like an Ozzy. I feel like Korn or Iron Maiden would have been the closest
Korn,
thing.
Iron Maiden, and Kiss.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even Megadeth. They said Megadeth was playing, but they weren't on the.
They weren't on the top billing.
The top, which is kind of odd.
It is strange.
But
they're huge. But
either way,
Megadeth's great live. I haven't seen them, but I heard.
Either way, so Kiss will be finishing up in Europe July 21st.
Yeah.
And then they're going to get about a month break until Australia starts on August 20th.
Finally.
Yeah, we'll see if that
might
tour
be able to
actually,
get to see Kiss.
Hopefully Australia gets to see Kiss. But from
so
August
bad.
20th to September 10th, they'll be in Australia. And I have no idea if Wolfmother will be opening, because we talked about how that was going to be a really cool opener.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because before the last round got canceled, they were on the bill, Kiss and Wolfmother, or Wolfmother and Kiss. And I was like, whoa, that's awesome.
Listen, bring that.
That's a rock bill.
Hey, give me that in America, man.
Give me that in America. Give me
seen...
Cheap Trick and Kiss. I want Judas Priest and Kiss. Give it to me.
That'd be so big.
That'd be big. That'd be too big almost.
I don't know if I could survive a Judas Priest. Kiss
I wouldn't survive the onslaught, but man, I would do it anyway.
And Paul Stanley. It's too much. It's like too much.
Imagine Rob Halford coming on stage like Joe Perry and Phil from Def Leppard. Yeah, no, let's just.
I want to hear Rob do a Kiss song. One of Paul's songs. Could you imagine?
Has Judas Priest ever done any Kiss covers? Because some bands will do Kiss covers. I know Skid Row and Pantera, and everybody likes to do. Van Halen did some.
Oh, yeah.
Motorhead will do some tributes. But
I don't think they've released anything.
Man, you said that, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, imagine Priest covering Kiss.
Those guys on a musician level are just like way beyond.
I was watching some footage from the 06 VH1 Rock Honors.
Oh yeah,
where it
classic.
was Queen, Def Leppard, Kiss, and Judas Priest.
Yes.
Just I don't know, because we watched it on TV when it aired back then, so it was just a nostalgic thing for me. But
that's very cool.
Yeah, Priest, awesome. And so after, I'm not sure how they got to Priest, but whatever, it's fine.
Judas Priest is great.
Judas
also,
Priest,
back
very
to Kiss.
great. This is a Priest podcast now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so West Palm Beach and Louder Than Life are happening in late September.
I keep forgetting about the Louder Than Life because they're coming pretty close to us.
They're pretty close to us, but I don't think we're going to do any festival nonsense. I mean,
They're too old for festivals. I feel too old for festivals. That's not really true.
I don't
have the patience to sit through.
No, I've seen Kiss 13 times. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I don't need to sit out there in the heat.
Yeah, I'll just show up, get my
because late September in
Kentucky.
Kentucky's gonna be thick and humid, especially when you got 40,000.
Yeah,
Kentucky.
I was just in Kentucky last night. Trust me, it was hot and sticky. What? I was there last night.
Oh my goodness. So anyway, West Palm Beach, Louder Than Life. Those are the last 2 shows that Kiss has scheduled in the States. Other than Sacramento, they are going to play Sacramento October 7th.
Is that a reschedule? Or is that
possibly? I don't know.
Otherwise, it's just so random.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're just going to do one Sacramento.
I'm not sure if that one's going to be, or is a reschedule, but it is the last show on American soil that's been scheduled. Because after that, it's just the cruise.
So that's the last thing that we know of, apart from the cruise, of them
performing.
So there's no official last date yet.
We have no official date for the last Kiss show.
Yeah.
We have no word on whether Vegas is going to be rescheduled, because they were doing a Vegas residency again.
They can't. Oh, again?
They had it scheduled and it got canceled.
Well, I remember the last time it got canceled. That was late last year, wasn't it?
Yes. And so that has not been rescheduled as it been talked about.
I wouldn't doubt they just dropped that. Because no one really knows what the reason was. Is it low attendance, or was it COVID? Or
I think it was both. I think it was one because of the other.
Exactly.
And I think that now that COVID has, I think after they do the Kiss Cruise, October 24th, 29th,
yeah,
they're going to have some room in the winter and early January. I mean, the first residency they did for the Vegas, or Rocks Vegas, was in November.
Yeah.
So, and this is...
That was a while ago, though.
Yeah, it was.
Was it 20?
It was 2014 is when the residency was, and then the album came out in 2016.
That was great.
That was 8 years ago.
I remember ordering the vinyl.
What is happening?
Yeah, no, because that still seems new and fresh.
The Vegas residency was 7.5 years ago.
We got to see the premiere in theaters with Tommy Thayer in Indianapolis.
We did. I don't know if anybody can see the poster. No, they definitely cannot. I'm covering it. But anyway.
So we got to see it before most people got to see it, and they had a little mini documentary before it, which never really got officially released with it.
That bothers me to this
day.
day.
I should have been on
I'm glad we got to see it because it was an exclusive theater-only thing, but they went into some real depth.
Yeah.
Talking about the making of Kiss Rocks Vegas. They gave Tommy Thayer his due because he was the one that actually produced that.
Yes.
And he talked a little bit about that. And they never put that. I was looking forward to revisiting that on the DVD.
Because they released it on Blu-ray. But they did a few different packages, the vinyl, like the CD with the Blu-ray DVD, and then they did the booklet thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which was, everything about that was awesome.
The Kiss Rocks Vegas packaging was to the nines.
Yes.
It was great. But it was missing that little documentary.
Yeah. It was exclusive to, I guess, only the theater.
Because they went through the process of filming it and editing it and putting it together.
What's the point?
They packaged it real nice. And I was like, oh, I didn't expect this. And then I was like waiting to revisit it on the DVD. And
they
couldn't find it throughout the menu.
It wasn't even long either. It was like, what, 20?
It was like 20 minutes max.
They could have shoved that in, but
a bonus. But whatever.
Maybe they had a reason to.
It was just for us. I remember it.
Yeah, I'll say at least we got to see it because most people didn't get to see it.
Absolutely. So speaking of Vegas, Gene's Kiss Museum is opening very soon.
I keep forgetting about that.
I've been seeing some sneak previews. Some people are getting to actually look and see, and I'm seeing it getting set up. It looks fantastic.
Nice.
Apparently, I've also been hearing some fans say that they're looking at the pictures and they're going, "Oh my gosh, I gave that to Gene back in da 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 da," and someone's like, "Yeah, I gave right next to that is the thing I gave him back when I met him." And apparently, Gene has kept everything that fans have given him, and then of course has kept all of his Kiss merch, and he's putting it all in this.
That's awesome.
This Vegas Kiss Museum. We've got to get out there.
He still asks people to give him. People still send Gene stuff.
Oh yeah,
whether it's official or not.
Right.
People send Gene all
People have handmade marionettes and figures and busts and different ceramic this and
he posted on Twitter
sculptures of that. It's awesome.
He posted on Twitter. I think it was from a different country, but it was a book that looked totally legit. It was so professionally done. It was apparently their whole history at Madison Square Garden or something like that.
Yeah.
He said a fan sent this to me, and he was on Twitter just flipping through it. And I was like, I know he's going to keep that because he is Kiss's biggest fan.
He loves Kiss. He loves himself.
Yeah.
But he also loves Kiss fans.
Yeah. I think it's cool. If I lived nearby, I would easily go and see it. I'd still like to go down to Vegas and.
Yeah, well, I mean, my goal was to go. I mean, I've already wanted to go to Vegas to do the Monster Mini Golf.
Oh yeah.
And I think this is a part of that. I think this is.
It should be
being included. I don't know if it's the same building or within close proximity, but either way, I mean, yeah, super awesome to hear about that finally because we heard about that last year. Yeah. And I was wondering when that was going to be set up, so they're finally showing some sneak previews, and which means it's going to be opening very, very soon. Hopefully, we'll get out there. And it's called Kiss World, which it's kind of funny. It's the same name they used for the theme park in Scooby-Doo. It was the name they used for the compilation in 2017. Yeah. Kiss World's also...
It works, I guess.
It works. I mean, if it works, don't mess with it.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about on episode 27 of Kiss Army Things?
Oh, man, no, we covered a lot.
Covered a lot. Again, all about the music. I mean, we have Off the Soundboard to look forward to. We have...
Yes, we have the
next Off the Soundboard.
Revenge merch coming out whenever the anniversary is. The merch line they did for Revenge.
Yeah, I bought my silver record.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
There's one of the t-shirts that I really need. I need to look back into that, see if they're still available. This was one of the Revenge era t-shirts that I wanted.
Absolutely. But of course, we want to hear from you guys and hear your guys' thoughts about Donington 96.
Yeah,
seems like this is the one that fans were waiting for. I know obviously you and I were born around this time, so this era was more for the 70s fans, and so 70s fans, if you're watching, I mean, let us know how you felt about not just the reunion tour, but this show as a whole. Tell us your stories and your memories. Let us know what you thought about Donington.
Yeah.
We love being able to converse with Kiss fans. And, of course, we're in the middle of doing our Rock is Dead series. We have episode 1 in that series already up. We're going to be having Pasquale and Claudio from the Kiss Army Nation podcast on very soon to join us in that discussion. And so definitely be sure to subscribe and like this video and keep following us. We're on Instagram and Facebook. So thank you guys so much for joining us and talking all things Kiss.
Heck yeah.
Anything you want to add? Is that it?
That's it, man.
All right, cool. Very good. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on YouTube, talking all things Kiss. This is episode 27 of the Kiss Army Things podcast, and you're with Xander.
And Jeb. It's empty, but okay.
See you guys.